Hello, 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 it is I, Ihlamur, and you have joined me for another Pioneers of Pagonia video, and this is it! This is the one we've been waiting for, the final tutorial. This is the one where we face off against the werewolves. Now, I don't know anything else about this level. I've never played it before, I haven't looked at any tutorials, I haven't read anything about it. All I know is there are werewolves. So I'm nervous about that, and so you see me right now expanding very slowly into the mist. I haven't sent any explorers out. I am watching carefully because I don't know what to expect from the werewolves. I've never fought them before. This is new, so it's exciting. I am busy trying to expand to get to some of this dusty area so that we can make some flax and get some armor, because I want to get rangers as soon as possible, and then of course Pioneers, because they're the ones who are going to face off against the old werewolves there. I need to get north to get some of this stone and hopefully find some silver around here, and so I'm just expanding very slowly. The thing I like about the garrison here, and I did something clever here, I created a stone cutter before I created my quarries to turn some of the stone that I've got into cut stone so I can build a garrison. So I've got a garrison, they're expanding out, and you know, 20 guards expanding out pretty quickly, and therefore I'm not using explorers. I'm keeping track of all of my pioneers. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this level goes, and once we've got this stone and this flax, then we'll start thinking about the next thing, which is food. And I am concerned about food. There don't seem to be any animals in these woods, and so without going looking for them, I'm going to need to create some farms. And so I'm going to actually create my tavern and my marketplace a little bit sooner than I would normally. Normally that's kind of middle-ish end game for me, but I'm actually going to do it a little bit sooner. And to do that, I'm going to get my crop farms going on this sandy area, which are good for a number of crops. So let's get those underway. Alright, so I got some vegetable farms down in the south here, flax up in the north, and some corn there in between. So we'll put this crop farm here, the vegetable farms down below. We've got some wells and a provisioner and a tavern and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're preparing well. Actually, I feel quite comfortable right now. I feel like our settlement is you know, looking pretty self-sufficient. We haven't come across these werewolves yet, so we're just going to keep on expanding slowly, and eventually come across them, and hopefully by then, like I say, we'll have discovered some silver. I'm pushing west now, and I spotted some smoke from some villages over in the west, so feeling like that might be a bit of a safer area. There's some grassland finally that we can utilize for fields, maybe plant some wheat, even though it's not the best, it'll be okay. And we've got some mossy ground up here for cabbages and things like that. So yeah, just again, moving quite slowly, quite methodically, keeping a close eye on all my pioneers. But yeah, everything seems to be going well. With that done, gonna push north a little bit here, again get some of this copper and some of this coal, and then some iron as well. Start getting some tools, because as we're expanding, even though we're going slowly, we're going to need to start recruiting some additional workmen. Alright, as I've been watching closely, I've spotted something a little bit strange. There's like a blue-green mist, and if you remember from the spectres, they were bluish-greenish, so I'm worried about what that could be. So let's take a closer look. Yeah, there we go, we're scrolling, there they are. We've discovered the werewolves. They're actually really close to the starting spot, which I didn't, well, did I expect it? I was concerned that that might be the case, so we're going to have to be really careful around here. I don't know what their range is. I'm guessing it's similar to the spectres and the bandits, so probably on the screen a couple of inches, you know, but yeah, so just going to have to be really careful. But now that we've seen them, now that I've seen that there's a blue-green haze, I can be watching out for that, and so as long as we're careful, I think we'll be okay. So I've been setting up my little mining community here, right under the noses of the werewolves, but the game is tempting me with these resources. There's this grand boar of fortune up here, there's limestone, which I need for my food production, there's coal, there's copper, there's iron. Yeah, I have to be here, but how close is too close? I just feel like the game is tempting me, drawing me in. I'm going to have to resist, but I'm not doing a very good job of it at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm expanding west again, and I'm doing that because I found silver there. But what I've discovered is we're being attacked. There's bandits who are just walking in and disrupting my whole settlement, and I was not expecting this. And so my 20 guards are down to 11 guards now, and yeah, there's actually quite a big bandit attack. They've started stealing stuff as well, so there's nothing I can do about it really, because I've got to get that silver, and I want to stop the bandits as well, because you know, if they steal stuff then they get stronger, so I do want to, you know, throw my guardsmen against them. But yeah, I didn't expect this quite so soon, didn't expect the game to throw quite so much at me all at once. And look at them all, there's so many bandits, there's way more than my guardsmen can handle, so I'm gonna have to just build up more guardsmen, I guess. I'm down to 9, you know, they're gonna be wiped out pretty soon, so I need to start recruiting military before it's too late. Okay, watch this. This bandit is taking off with some stuff, and the guards are helpless to stop him, and then this carrier's just like, what are you doing? And stops him and runs off. I just need a wall of carriers to stop these bandits. Oh well, this could be the end, and it is in fact the end. We're down to 0 guards. We've got no military now, and our military academy and our adventurers guild are still yet to be built. Is this the end? And the answer is no, because we do in fact have now our Adventurers Guild, our military academy built. We're going to get 50 guards. The wood workshop has been working hard building wooden spears, and so we're recruiting, and we're going to finally take advantage. We were stopped so close to being able to get that silver, but now we're going to take advantage of it and overcome these bandits just by overpowering them with the bog standard cannon fodder of wooden speared guards. So now, as the battle rages and we're going back and forth, we are now producing silver, which is going to allow us to get fear noughts, and so we will be able to take care of that werewolf problem. And so up here, I'm going to do something a little different. We're putting our guards and our rangers in the garrison, but I'm going to build a what do you call it? A guard tower up here. And another one here. I'm going to have 2 guard towers, one for my rangers, one for my fear noughts, and I'm putting them in different buildings so that I can use them differently. So I want to put my rangers on patrol against thieves who are coming in from the east. I want my garrison to be expanding and taking on these bandits over here, and I want my fear noughts up to the north to be patrolling and eventually taking out those werewolves. So having multiple buildings with specified for different soldier types or military types, I think is the best way of going around this. Oh man, a veteran bandit. It's going to be a long, tough battle down here. And here they are, my fearless fear noughts, just hanging around, waiting to take on those werewolves. I've done something I haven't done before in this, and I've decided that the time has come. We are going to take the battle to the werewolves, and in the latest patch you can now attack beyond your borders, so that is what we are doing. Defying odds and gravity, the fear noughts charge up the hill. They find the moon claw or glen, whatever it is, and oh man, the first one loses and actually goes straight to and the second one goes straight to be converted into werewolves. But in the meantime, we've taken out 4 now, 4 of 6, and we've got more fear noughts on the way. So yeah, we're still looking pretty strong. We've lost 3 now. 3 of our fear noughts, but only 2 remaining. And so as they step out of their glen, our fear noughts charge up to meet them, and yeah, we've taken both of them out. And so 3 of our brave fear noughts step up to challenge their old comrade, and oh man, one of them gets taken down. It's a shame, but actually the second one defeats the final werewolf. Interesting there that with the Moon Glen is defeated, any who are going to get turned into werewolves actually just die. So that was that. We'll bring them back, and yeah, and now we'll focus on the bandits, of whom there are still many coming out of the woodwork, and thieves as well. This level is by no means finished. So jumping ahead a bit, I've positioned my rangers over here to the east, because we've got lots of thieves camps and they come through this choke point through the mountains. We're still struggling with bandits, yeah, not being able to recruit enough guardsmen, so we're having to build up our population again. But yeah, dealing with the thieves really by just remaining here, and rangers are best for dealing with thieves. Wouldn't it be great if we could put up walls within our territory, walls so that we could create our own choke points? There's an idea for you developers. Over to the west here, we're still expanding. We've discovered our allies, so we're going to be doing some trade as soon as we discover their trading centre. And through trade, actually, we've managed to get some magic torches, so we've got some advanced rangers, so that's exciting. And here they come now. There's just 3 of them against this thieves camp, but we've got a ranger and an advanced, a skilled ranger, and so we'll see how well he does. My first ranger didn't do so well, but my skilled ranger has made his first kill, and second one here, yeah, still going well. So trying to just get rid of this thieves camp and put an end to that misery, take the fight to the enemy a little bit, and then isn't this a lovely little peninsula? And maybe we can do something with that. Let's move over. It's a shame you have to move all the way back to the guard tower when you want to change something. But, let's see, final thief here, probably, who's taken out one of my rangers. So it's 1-on-1, and we win. Our skilled ranger took out the cunning thief, so a win there, and we're feeling stronger than ever, now taking over the island more quickly. And actually the bandits have been the hardest part of this level, so we've now got some advanced soldiers, veteran soldiers, and we're going to take out these bandit camps, which have really been a thorn in our side throughout this game, really. It's a clever mechanic. Bandits come in, they steal, but more importantly, they clog everything up. They cause your people to drop the goods that they're carrying, and it just slows you down. It doesn't end your game, it slows you down. I feel like werewolves could end your game, spectres could probably end your game, but bandits, you know, they're a hindrance, but they're not game ending. And the list of enemies on this level doesn't seem to end. Now there's spectres in the mist, and so we've got to get our fearnaughts over there. Thankfully we've got some left, and we're just trying to push the boundaries of the fog here to get them to get into range and attack these spectres. But it shouldn't be too hard. Spectres do tend to take out my troops pretty well, because I can't really get the advanced troops because we don't have the mining for precious stones and materials. I can't reach them, so I'm gonna put in a guard tower here and expand our territory a bit, and deal with these spectres. So once again, our fearnaughts take the fight to the enemy, and this time they're charging down into the tomb, and I guess a graveyard, and they're taking out these spectres pretty well. There's a restless spectre, which is worse than a regular spectre, I suppose. He's more grouchy because he hasn't had any rest, and he has taken out my people pretty well. It's a bit worrying, but yeah, my final one there takes him out, and now my fearnaughts have been drawn into battle with thieves, and although they are pretty good against thieves, they're not spectacular. It'll be better to get my rangers, and so here they come, the first rangers being sent in against the thieves camp here. They've come to replace the fearnaughts, and hopefully will be a little bit more effective, but one of them at least has just stopped. Yeah, I do find you tend to win if you put the right troops against the right enemies, but it's never bloodless. They always take out some, even when you feel like they shouldn't. So yeah, it's very balanced, and I think the developers have done a really good job with the balance. However, it would be nice to see some more troops and different ways of using the troops, perhaps. Love to see some troops using bows and taking people out from a distance. Like I said before, I'd love to see some fortifications so that you can stop the intrusion in some way. And as usual, after defeating all the enemies, the game ends with trade. And we've traded with our 2 allies enough, and we've built the statues and we've done all the things. So now we can join their territory to ours, and we've taken over 99% of the map. We'll deal with the other 1% soon, but we'll join up all the roads so that we can take advantage of all their materials, and then we'll take some nice screenshots of the lovely little areas that we have created. Let me show you one of them. I call this area the Tavern on the Bay, and where werewolves waited, now there is peace. And for me, that's what Pioneers of Pagonia is all about. It's bringing peace and civilization to islands that need it, that are suffering from bandits and thieves, and I'd love to see some game after you've defeated the enemies, where you're trying to create a more satisfied, happier population. So if we can get some of that, some happiness and some longer term goals where you can build up the island, maybe so that you're ready to move on to the next one, I'd certainly enjoy it. Have a lovely day. Hope you've enjoyed this level. It was hard, but not for the reasons I thought it would be. I'll join you in the next Focus On video. Bye bye.